I look good. What do you think of this look? Blazer and the hat.
Trashy.
You don't like it?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Judy doesn't like the look. It's a trashy look?
Yeah, it's terrible. Like the top of your head looks like you're a 15-year-old baseball player, and then the bottom looks like you're a 45-year-old stockbroker.
Yeah, it's kind of hip, right? That's hip.
Hello, Peter. Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Appreciate you calling in.
Yeah. What's your name again?
Ken Laird.
Ken. Okay, good.
Yeah, yep. I'll put you on hold. Back in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hosting Girls Night Out social events to help their members network, as well as help out charity events to raise funds and awareness for local nonprofits. They're a dedicated group of ladies with a special sense of community, with members in age from 13 to 84 from every state in the U.S. and 27 foreign countries.
Time to bring on professional handicapper Peter Loshak of SBR TV and SBRforum.com. And he just won a football contest last season, beat the prick, started the rollover of the prize money. Peter, welcome to the show. SBRforum.com is the site. Peter Loshak is our guest here on Trib Live Radio. And if you had one piece of advice to give, let's say you're just somebody who's looking to start out, bet a little bit here and there, what's your maybe a first piece of advice for somebody who's just getting started?
Well, my first piece of advice would be, what's your goal? Is your goal to ultimately become a professional gambler, a professional handicapper? Because that is a possibility. That's something you can do. Or is your goal to be a recreational gambler who's just basically doing it for fun and also wants to, sort of make smart bets?
And if you're a rec player, there are enough places where you can bet safely and still make a nice buck here or there?
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, as a rec player, it's a lot easier to make money. It's a lot easier to make a little bit of money sports betting than a lot of money, because there's a lot of very, very reputable sports books that we talk about on SBR, and those guys will kick you out if you win, in the mid 5 figures or something. But until you get to that point, they have great juice, great bonuses, they're rock solid financials, they won't stiff you at all, great customer service and everything.
College hoops tonight, and Peter Loshak's here to help us with some predictions on Trib Live Radio. A couple of Big East first-round games tonight for folks as they head back home. There are a lot of Pitt fans in the area, Peter. They'll be watching these games
right,
to see what happens for the brackets. Villanova was in town against Pitt this weekend, and they're a little banged up, so they worry me tonight. I see the spread is like 9.5
right,
against South Florida. How do you see this one?
Well, yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it all there. I mean, Villanova has been pretty much, I wouldn't say a disaster, but a great disaster relative to their expectations. I mean, they were preseason top 10, right? And they haven't had the kind of season that they've wanted, and they're actually 1-11 against the spread over their last 12, and that's pretty bad. I mean, I might take South Florida on the first half line. Then if they cover that, just forget about the game. Take that win. And if they don't cover, bet them on the second half line. Maybe double up on it. I don't see Villanova at all having because Villanova also has depth problems. So I don't see them being able to give a full performance the whole game. They've also pretty much guaranteed a spot in the NCAA tournament, and this is South Florida season right here. So I definitely like and almost love South Florida plus 9.5.
We're talking to Peter Loshak, SBRforum.com and SBR TV here on Trib Live Radio. The late game is Marquette Providence in Madison Square. The Marshawn Brooks factor makes this a little bit of a wild card, but what I see the spots are about 6.5 or 7. Marquette giving 6.5 or 7.
There's a lot of stuff on paper that has me leaning towards Marquette, but I have to be a little bit careful here because Marquette, as I'm sure that you know, is a team that's notorious for playing close games. It seems like any game they're in, whether they're winning by a lot, losing by a lot, at the end it comes down to, and this has been going on for a few years now, and that's actually made them a great bet because they're the kind of team that you want to bet against when they're a favorite of this magnitude, and bet on when they're a dog. And it's also great when you incorporate second half lines. And they're actually only 1-5 against the spread this year when they're a favorite between 5 and 10 points, which is where this game is. So in this one, I might actually just pass on a pregame bet and then hope that Providence is leading at the half. And if that is the case, then I'll absolutely pound Marquette on the second half line. I mean, if Marquette is down at the half, I'll definitely be betting on the second half line, probably pretty big, because Marquette does need this win.
That's very interesting. Peter Loshak continues with us here at SBR Forum. The Princeton Penn game tonight, pretty tight line. This was the Princeton team that lost to Harvard, and I guess their coach made them sit there and watch the Harvard celebration on the bench after the loss. And I guess now they're hoping with a win here to get back to play Harvard for a play-in game, right?
Right. So Princeton needs a win here to get to the playoff game, and Penn is basically playing for pride and an outside chance of one of the minor tournaments. I think the lines are about right. For a while, for a few years, Princeton was great on their unders, betting their unders, but this year, they've actually been scoring quite a bit, and the total is 127. I think that's about right. If I had to bet this line, I would take Penn +3. Could easily go down to the wire. The last game they played went to overtime. I wouldn't touch this game, but if I had to, I'd take Penn +3.
Very good. And then the Horizon League Championship is tonight as well. 9 o'clock, Butler is at UW-Milwaukee, or playing UW-Milwaukee for a chance to get to the NCAA tournament. So obviously motivation on both sides here. What is the latest line that you're seeing for this one?
Well, I'm seeing Wisconsin-Milwaukee +3. It's a wacky line, obviously, because Wisconsin-Milwaukee, obviously, they've got the home court advantage here, and they beat Butler twice already this year. So how are they a 3-point underdog? Butler's only 3-8 straight up in their last 11 games at Wisconsin-Milwaukee. 3-8.
Wow.
And that includes all the great Butler teams from like last year and 2 years ago. But Butler, they're a quality program, well coached, Matt Howard, and they beat Cleveland State 3 times this year, once on the road, once at the Cell. So, it wouldn't make me feel comfortable going against Butler, although if I had to, I would take Wisconsin-Milwaukee +3, but this is another game that I'm not going to bet on the full game lines. I might bet some of the second half lines depending on what the stats are and what the results are.